So you just watched the second episode of Arcane. Thoughts on it?
Of course, they stopped where they did.
Oh yeah, of course they did. Yeah,
it's a bad place to stop, but a good place to stop.
Yes. What do you think
I think they're about to get rated up.
End?
Oh, but she looks like she's gonna go fight. So it's gonna be fighting.
A lot. Actually,
quite a bit happened in this one. Honestly,
a lot that happened.
I'm trying to keep up.
And honestly, those first two episodes are the lowest rated ones too of all of them, dude.
It's not that they were bad.
There's actually a lot in it.
It seems like they're trying to like get you introduced to just like kind of the whole picture pretty quickly.
And obviously, the Arcane, which is what the fucking show is called, is very important.
That's just magic, then, right?
Yeah, straight up.
Makes sense.
It's called Arcane in the show.
Yeah,
hence the name of it. But what do you think so far?
It's interesting for sure. Like,
it's a cool take on. It's not just there's magic and shit. You get to see, obviously, Jace had an experience as a kid. A fucking mage did some shit. Yeah, so he's like obsessed with trying to research that.
That was cool. Yeah.
But there isn't just magic all over it. He's trying to like discover it. It's actually fucking sick. Yeah, at least here. In other places in this, like this game, like this whole universe is ginormous, and you're just seeing a crumb of it.
That's just it. Like I wonder where the magic is. You know what I mean?
I think in different places, magic's totally
like they just completely isolated themselves from it. Yeah, that's kind of what they hinted at. The one guy said like that's why
Piltover, which is this whole city's like, especially the upper part's name, is built to be not part of magic. Like they don't want magic there because it's chaos.
I found the robot pretty funny actually. Just funny, his voice and just the fact that magic damn near wiped out like his race.
Which, that's
I'm not saying that's funny, but just his reaction and stuff to it, and it clearly shows he has like a bias where like magic is really bad.
Yeah, like, and also the fucking Heimerdinger, the little dog dude.
Yeah. That's a hell of a name. I'm gonna have a hard time remembering that.
300 years.
So he's seen probably multiple times.
He's seen some shit that magic can do, and he's like, we shouldn't have
always
magic.
Bad.
Yeah, that's what he's basically saying.
And that's interesting though. And then that one dude who's supposed to be working with those people to like dispose of this shit is interested in it and goes and So now magic's gonna be further studied. And
yes.
Yeah, it's just interesting. They leave a lot of like
it hooks the fuck out of you.
It just keeps you wondering for sure.
After the third episode, game over. You'll be so hooked. You'll be like, this is fucked.
Plus that fucking guy who drank that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That was what the rat took, right? That ate the cat that we didn't talk about in the first
liquid. Yeah. Yes.
So they didn't even show what happened to him. Like after
you see him like fucked up,
getting transformed.
Yeah. So now you get to
like it leaves a lot of little like seeds. They're planting seeds. That feels like
you've only watched 2 episodes.
Exactly.
It feels like you've watched almost an entire season of a show already, doesn't it?
It seems like a lot's happening.
There's a lot happening, and you're like, oh, I want to know what's going on there and shit. They really like hook you quick. Like I said, after the 3rd episode, you'll be like. You'll be so hooked. It's fucked.
Yeah, it seems like the next one's they're building towards something.
They're building
big.
some shit. And this is usually what shows do to the end of a season already. This is fucking episode 3.
That's true, yeah.
Like, this show really does an amazing job at its pacing. It doesn't feel rushed, but it doesn't feel like we didn't have to watch 8 or 9 episodes of a show, which you usually do, or 15. Some shows go mad
to
long,
get to like
get to a climax and the rest of the season. This show's pacing is probably the best I've ever seen in a show, honestly. It's so perfect.
That's crazy.
Just knowing exactly how much to give you and how much to keep from you and all that shit throughout the whole show is so good.
Like I said, so far it feels like the first 2 episodes are just planting like seeds.
Yeah. You still don't know dick, really, for the most part. Really.
Just trying to grasp like what is shown, and each time they show more, it's like like that whole thing with the magic and stuff.
Yeah, you had really no idea in the first.
They didn't show
in the first episode. You didn't see.
They don't
except
see
for
any the crystals.
The crystals which explode. That's weird. Obviously,
you're like, okay, they're powerful.
Yeah, now you can kind of see they may have something to do with Arcane. Yeah,
I'm trying to think of. There's a lot happened in that episode. I'm trying to quickly remember.
Anything else that's why I want to do one after every episode, because if you do if you go through a few, sometimes so much will happen, you'll start forgetting.
That's why I'm okay to do it like slowly. Like I don't want to just binge it, because then it'll just be like I won't. We
should do another one later if you want to get through. Because like I said before, 3 is kind of how they almost designed this to. You're supposed to watch 3 and then wait at least a week. That's how they release it. So you can. Most people, once you start watching this, especially after 3, you'll want to watch 3 again. Like this is way better than a fucking movie, and 3 is the length of a movie, so it's.
3 is that long? Episode 3?
No, 3 episodes is it's like watching a whole movie.
Okay, I thought you meant
between
like
an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's a movie length.
Yeah.
So it's essentially you watch a movie, wait for the next part. It's a good way to actually take it in.
Yeah.
You can't binge it, which I did with season 1.
Binging shit, it's hard to recall and think about what's actually happening and piece shit together.
But you can also, you get more quicker, which is sort of, it depends. It depends.
I just find myself not picking up on enough shit if I cram.
Talking about it helps too, honestly. Sitting and that's where if you just binge it, I don't get to sit and think and talk about it. Because watching this back again, there's shit in this that I'm noticing because I know obviously everything that happens that meant nothing to me the first time. I've already noticed several things that have meaning, which to you won't mean anything yet.
That makes sense.
Which is so fucking cool. This is gonna blow my mind again watching this because there's shit that I know now that you don't yet.
It has replay value. Then
it has so much meaning. It's insane how much they do that in this show. Like foreshadowing, like every fucking scene has some form of foreshadowing or like crazy meaning. It's like, damn, man, shit don't do that. Yeah, and like I said, you've just watched the 2 worst episodes of the show so far.
That's pretty crazy. But like I said, it makes sense. You got to plant some sort of seed. You can't just dive into like just insanity.
Yeah,
you got to introduce the world a little bit, like.
Yeah, and they do a good job with that. Again, the pacing's good. To do that in, you've probably watched like an hour and like a half an hour and 20 minutes, and it feels like a lot already. Like but not crammed either. It's paced perfectly.
There's a lot of things, like I said, like I need to remember. And those fucking monsters that they got in that tank and shit, like.
Like they're
that's in like, the ocean or whatever that is.
That's like in the ocean.
Okay.
They have like a weird like underground thing.
I didn't know if that was like something that were keeping. Or if that are they just like natural wild animals?
I'm not gonna say too much, but
I feel like they're fucking keeping them. Like they look like a tank. Basically.
The thing was crazy. Whatever the fuck that is nuts.
It looked like there was a few things in there that were pretty fucking crazy. And then homeboy drinking that crazy liquid. Like, was he gonna go fight the fucking
that's
sea monsters?
Now we don't know what the fuck
like
could exactly come next.
Because it kind of sort of seemed like they hinted at that he was about to go in and fight some of them monsters or something. Didn't he say like
they're monsters? Like
Well, didn't he say like he'll kill me right away or something like that? Or it'll kill me?
He said that about the drink. He thought the drink was gonna kill him. Yeah, he's like, that'll kill me.
Okay,
that's what he was talking about.
For some reason, I thought he was talking about the
that
creatures a little bit.
Honestly,
That's why I wasn't. I'm like, is he gonna drink that and go fight those fucking things? I'm like, that's some real shit. The mouse took out the cat. Maybe that guy's gonna go fight that Leviathan,
fucking, like, whales and shit.
Yeah,
like fucked up, like
megalodon shit. Yeah, it makes more sense now then.
Yeah,
I
was scared of the liquid.
Wonder what's gonna happen with that guy now. Like I feel like he's probably somehow be under control of like the guy who fed it to him, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why the fuck would he just give something to this guy who might just rip him apart right there? Like if he's about to go rabid or whatever. I feel like that guy knows like he's in control or he's safe or something.
Like the
guy who drank. Yeah, the guy who made him drink that shit.
With the fucked up eye.
Yeah. I feel like he's like. Yeah, I don't know. He's got some shit going on with that liquid.
Yeah.
He can control it or do something to benefit himself with it.
Yeah, there's the few guys down there. The guy that looks like fucking straight Frankenstein, who's working with the guy with one eye. Those two are like your kind of. They're the baddies, right?
Yeah, the villains. Yeah,
and they're experimenting on some shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of like little things I'm just trying to like keep up with and recall.
Now at this point, you have several kind of like
story arcs,
almost sub stories to a thing. Yeah, so
and even like I didn't expect to get the whole like story of the dude who got robbed and shit. Like I figured he was just meaningless.
Oh, exactly, right.
For a minute,
that already is cool,
and would be gone
when the second episode starts. And you're like, oh shit, this is the same fucking scene we just watched, basically, but from a different perspective. Cool take.
And then to realize that what that dude was through and what he was doing was like. Oh, okay.
There's so much to it. You expect it to mean dick, they're robbing from rich people or whatever. That's what you think in the first episode, but nope. You get a full-on fucking...